Hello everyone, this is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm just doing a quick flip through of this journal that I just finished this morning pretty much, and the ephemera folder. So we'll do the journal first. So I hope you're having a great day. It's the weekend, so pretty exciting. And the sunshine is popping out here in North Carolina, so looking forward to going outside in a little bit and getting some of that nice warm air on me. Nice vitamin D. But yeah, this was my design team project for Studio28E, and this was the kit called, it's Sherry's kit that she designed for, it's called Sunshine in Lavender Garden. Beautiful, beautiful kit, and just really loved working with it. Let me just show you the cover here real quick. So this is the cover I had made from a book that I repurposed, and the book was actually, the actual book cover was kind of plain. It was just solid red with a little tiny graphic here in the middle. Nothing really exciting. And what I wanted was this size cover, but I wanted a different color. So I painted it yellow, and you can see the yellow edging. I let it show here on the front and the back, and it's really, I think it's a really perfect yellow to go with this kit. And so I ended up using some of this is drapery fabric that I had picked up a while ago, and several, like it was samples of the drapery fabric. So this piece just went, it just jumped out at me when I, you know, held it next to this book cover and the yellow and this kit and everything. It just all like kind of really came together. And so I used that, and it's pinky sheer here on the edges. And then this is a piece from the kit, and it just looked, I popped it on there and it looked perfect. Some pretty lace. You can see I've got my wax cord binding, and here's the back. There was, when I bought it, there was a little hole in the fabric, just not worn hole or anything, just like from the factory for some reason. I don't know if it, you know, I don't know why it was there. It was like a hole punch, a very circular, perfect little punched out, like with a hole punch hole, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I could have left it, but I just went ahead and covered it up with a butterfly right there, and it ended up being a perfect spot to put a butterfly. So that's a little butterfly from the kit. And you can see I've got several fibers, and this is some more of the drapery fabric from this piece. It was a good size rectangle. So I used, I think I used every piece of it in here. This is a piece, this is a piece, and this is a piece, all from that one piece of drapery fabric. And so it's kind of thick fabric, so it's really nice, kind of like almost like upholstery. Very, very pretty and nice. So I used this, I had this in my stash, this yellow seam binding, and it was the perfect color to go with this. So I used that as a closure, got it attached with some eyelets on the front and back. And you can see how pretty this is just from the outside. I mean, just really, I love the whole look of it here. And, you know, from the bottom, top, all sides really just turned out so pretty. I just love looking at this part of it so much. But anyway, let's just get started with our flip through. So as you open up, it's got 3 signatures. I did tell you the size in one of my my videos. I think it was about 4.5 by something like 6 or 7.5. I guess I could measure it for you real quick again. I didn't think about that because I had already told you the size, but just for if anyone hasn't seen that one. Yeah, it's almost 4.5 and 6, it's almost 7. Well, just let's say 6 3/4. How about that? So that's the size. You can see next to my hand or whatever, you can see it's small, but not too small. It's like the perfect size little adorable journal, right? So anyway, as we open up, I have the same upholstery from that same piece right here on the inside of the front and on the inside of the back. And then that, I've got a little scrap piece of paper there. But yeah, and that same, I wrapped the lace around. It's a nice thick lace here. You can see how wide it is. It's a wide lace, and it's wrapped around here, front, inside, and out. So is it wrapped around? Oh no, I did cut it. But anyway, it's on the inside and out. There you can see. So, and this book belongs to, that's from the, and doesn't it match perfectly? But it's from the kit. 3 signatures. Quite a few pages, as you can see. I'll have the number of pages in the listing. But as we start out, all the pages like this that are decorated, this is a collage page. You know, I didn't add anything on here. It's just perfect the way it was. But all the pages like this are from the kit, so I won't say every time it's from the kit. You'll just know those are from the kit. And I coffee dyed some of them and spritzed purple. It's the first time I've used purple dye, and I had to mix it, you know, to get that color. So it was fun experimenting with the colors. Got a little collage here. These 2 little postage stamps are from the kit. And here's some trim from the kit. And this is a lined page. That's actually from the kit too. More of that purple spritz. And then pretty page here. On the back of that, I've got a tuck spot here with a little decoration on it. And in here, I have just a pretty piece of paper that you can use to write on or decorate. It's been dyed and edge punched all the way around, and that was sent to me by a friend. And here is 2 tiny tags. These are actually from the kit too, when I added some pretty purple trim there. So cute, right? So adorable. I love those. Had to put them in here, right? They're right in that little pocket. I did some sewing on here, so like this pocket is sewn on. Here's just a little piece of note paper. This is got a little bit of age on it, so, but it's not too old and it's nice and sturdy, and I wanted to put a variety of sizes in here, you know, page sizes. This is that test page, and if you watch my other videos, you'll see that I did a test page when I was mixing the colors, and this was the test page. It turned out so pretty, I put it in here, and I made pockets on this one. So these are sewn. Collage here. I've got a little tag here. I've got a few, tab. There's, I think, 3 tabs in here, and it's got a little button sewn on, a vintage button sewn on, or yellow, goldish button. I use embroidery floss to sew those on so it would have a pretty color. And so in the pocket, a journaling card. And this is a beautiful envelope. I love this page. It's a page like this, and the envelope with these flowers all over it. It's just gorgeous. And a journaling card inside. And that's cardstock. I did print that one on cardstock, and like that journaling card is cardstock too. A lot of the journaling cards I like to try to print on cardstock. So this is a page where I was decided in this journal that I would, you know, have some fun with my sewing machine. So this was a page from this book, the Joan Wash Anglin book, and I did this stitch. I don't think I've ever used this one before, but it was so fun and pretty. Look at that, how it turned out. Black thread, and if you have the sewing machine that I have and you haven't tried all of your stitches, your journals are a good fun place to experiment, really. I mean, if your sewing machine's working good and you think it's gonna sew, you know, why not try out some of your stitches? And this one has like a little flower, and then like a bunch of like a little triplet of leaves there. And, you know, just, I wanted something squiggly, and so it came out so pretty. I couldn't believe it when it was done. I just sat there and looked at it like, oh my goodness, that is so pretty. So, and here's a pretty page with lines. This book is from 1960. I've got the copyright page right here. This was like, you know, title page, and then the copyright's on the back. Lines here, and this was, you know, coffee dyed and got a little bit of the purple spritz on it. And a beautiful page here. This has the spritz. I think this had some coffee dyeing on it too. I did mix and match and just have fun with that. This was the dust cover from this book, and the dust cover was much prettier than the cover. If the cover had looked like this, I would have been able to use the cover, but it didn't, so I just used the dust cover, and it's, you know, got the title of the book and this cute little picture. Joan Wash Anglin's name is down here, and I didn't want to, I tried to save most of the this dust cover, so I didn't want to cut off. I cut off a little bit here because it was, you know, either this was just words here, this part, but it was coming over too far, so I just ended up cutting that off and keeping the main part that had the pretty picture on it. Folded it over, made a tuck spot, and sewed that down. Here's a lined journaling card here. That's on cardstock. And then you can see the coffee dyeing on the backs of the back of this one. That's the title page. That was naturally aged. Here is the middle of the first signature, where I've got this yellow rickrack. This was sent to me by Maria just by coincidence when I was making this journal, and it looked perfect in here. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my goodness, light yellow, it goes perfect with this journal. Sewed that on here, and this is a beautiful center page. And then I've got two purple buttons here on a little one and a little bit bigger one there on the center, you know, signature strings. So, and then we're on the back half here of the first signature. So this is an envelope. I was going to show you, I made a bunch of these. This is an envelope. If you saw my video where I cut out pictures and things from, this was an advertisement from the 1949 yearbook that I picked up. It's the first time I've ever, you know, cut up a yearbook, you know. But I found it at a thrift store. And these were the advertisements. So I made envelopes. Like this was, you know, if you can picture a yearbook, you know what size yearbooks usually are. And it was a white page, you know, and this is kind of, you know, just naturally distressed. And then this advertisement was a long rectangular group of advertisements actually that was centered on the page. So I made them into envelopes. I cut them all out and made them into envelopes. So this one I sewed all the way around on 3 sides. And you can see here's the back. Here's another advertisement. There's a journaling card in here. Pretty one from the kit. Pretty little lady over there with matching the purple and the greens and the yellows in here. So that was in this tuck spot. I'll show you the other envelopes real quick, though. I have them right here because I think they're so cool. I do want to show you sometime, so I'll show you right now. Some of them I sewed all the way around. I was just kind of experimenting to see which way I liked it better. You can see the ads. It's so cool. I tried to put the ad I liked the most on the front. So anyway, like this one is Pope's 5 cents to $5 stores. This was in 1949, so you know, $5, that was probably kind of a lot back then. This is Twin City Ice. I just got a kick out of, you know, just old ads. Bradley Lumber. I just really thought they were cool. Here's one I just sewed the sides instead of the bottom. But this one, I also thought it was cool because of the phone numbers on here. So these, this yearbook was from North Carolina. Or most of these ads are from North Carolina, so I guess the yearbook was too. But look at this phone number. Telephone number 157. Telephone number here 5202. Night phone, day phone 5203. I mean, I don't know about you, but that is cool. Especially if you know, I mean, if you lived during that time and you remember those phone numbers, or even if you weren't born yet, it's cool to think, wow, phone numbers were really different. Phone 243. Phone numbers were really different in 1949. It's just kind of amazing to me. I don't know if it is to everybody, but here's one. Phone 88-R. You know, BB Market, Dale, JW Dale Insurance Agency. Centers Builders, you know, phone 300. Just really, really cool. I thought if I find another yearbook of that age, I will certainly pick it up again, because that was super fun to cut that up and use those pieces. So on we go. Back of the title page here, you can see still pretty. Here's a paper clip here that I decorated with some of that drapery fabric. Pretty page here. Coffee dyed. Lined page here. This is a back half of a page from the book where I had sewed on it right here. You saw that on the other side. This is a pocket here in that test page. Okay, I did put a piece from the kit on here. I just thought it needed something there. I wanted to decorate. This is a little envelope that I made from the kit, and it's got a little journaling card in here. Super cute. And that was in there, and then I made a tuck spot out of this piece that I had cut out from a piece from the kit, and I had used, I think it was a lady here, I had used her somewhere else. This was left, these flowers were left, so I fussy cut them out and made a little tuck spot on the pocket, and there's a little, this is a button card from the kit. So cute, right? And yeah, it's a little card from, button card from the kit. So that's tucked in there, and that's sewn right there. So you can see the rest of the back of the first signature. Journaling card there, in the pockets decorated and sewn. Here's a writing spot. I think that's really neat on this page. I love these little writing spots that are from the digital kit. I didn't add that, and it's just coffee dyed, and it looks like it's ripped out, and it's just really cool. And so we start the second signature with a pretty page here. And then this is stationery. I put a paper bag in here with some goodies. Just some handmade journaling cards that I had made. This one's from a flashcard, decorated, and this is just from cardstock. So it says happy on there. This is wallpaper, and this was some of my jelly printing. So I had made some journaling cards out of my jelly printing, you know, artwork. If you want to call it artwork, I think it is artwork. I think it's so pretty. So here's the page from the kit with the purple spritz. These are just beautiful pages, lines here. Some just other note paper that's pretty vintage color. You can see all the pretty little flowers, purple and yellow. I just love the colors in here. Here's the page in the second signature that I sewed on. I put this strip up here as a decoration, and then this is the sewing I did on this one. It's a kind of just a wavy stitch. I thought it came out really pretty. Look at it. Look at it on this side. So it's so pretty, even though it's just, you know, plain. It didn't have all the flowers the other one had. I just a little wavy stitch around there. It added so much to the page. Note paper. This is a pretty note paper here with the yellow flower on it. And here's the center of this one with the, I put yellow rickrack on each, I think it was all the centers. The purple buttons here, 2 purple buttons, and a beautiful center page. Okay, the back half of the second signature. Here's the sewing again. Such a cute picture too. Here's a belly band that I made from, this was a page, and I just cut this out of the page. This little lady with the band and the flowers, and so you can see she is a tuck spot or belly band. And this is one of my handmade, hand decorated tags that I did with. This is some of my jelly printing here on a doily, and this actually was punched out. These pieces right here were punched out from jelly printing. There's some stamping on here, and then the word smile, and then some pretty fibers, ribbons and eyelash trim, and I just had that tucked right in here. You can write all over the back of that or do whatever you want with it. So pretty. So this is a tag here that I sewed on. There is some ribbon on here. Well, nope. This is the ribbon. Here's the tag that I sewed on. Here is this is a postcard. This is another one that I've said it before, like if I find a postcard, like it's an awesome old postcard, but look at the back of it, all nicely, naturally aged, but I didn't like what was on the front, so I covered it up. There's 2 layers on here. So I covered it up with some pretty paper, and now you have a pretty journaling card or whatever postcard. This is the tag I have the ribbon on. This is from the kit. So pretty, love that. Different size. There was 3 different size tags. I don't know if it's the way I printed it out or what, but yeah, there was 3 different size tags in here. Okay, here's something new I did in this one. Oh, there's something else new I have to tell you about after this, but These two were two pieces in the kit, and I saw Maria do this in her sunflower journal, and I thought that is so cool, I have to do that. So this is like she called it a belly band, or, you know, the tuck spot. So it's, you put two, she used journaling cards, and I thought, well, I need two pieces that will fit on here, and this is what I had. These two pieces with the little angels on there. So I used those to make my belly band. And then I just tucked this pretty tag in there with some, it's got some ribbon there. And here's the tab in this signature with the button here. Okay, so what the other new thing I did, I never did before, and I've been wanting to do it, I just have hesitated because I didn't know if my sewing machine would handle it, but it did. So I really love it. I love the way it just all worked out. But what I did is I took each signature and ran it through my sewing machine. So what I'm saying is, say I took each signature, separate signature, before I sewed it into the book, and I ran a straight stitch right down the middle. So every signature, all the pages are sewn together. And it really made it easier for binding too, because you don't have the pages moving around. If you can not do too many pages, like if you do 20 pages, that's not going to go through your sewing machine, or at least it won't go through mine. But I think I did either 10, 11, 12, something like that, papers, and then you fold them in half. Of course, you double that for the pages, and actually you quadruple that, kind of like for the pages if you count fronts and backs. But the point is that I've got a straight stitch all the way down that is holding these pages together, and then I sewed them into the journal. So that made it so that, like, you know how if you make journals and you put whatever you do to hold your pages together, I mean, you can kind of hold them together still if you want to just keep them together and out of your way. But I really didn't even have to do that because they were held together and in place, and they weren't shifting or moving up and down or anything, because they were all sewed together. So that's how I did this one, and I loved it. Loved it. I will do it again if I can. If I can do that in every journal, I will. I had to be careful. One of these signatures is a couple pages thicker than the rest. So I think it's the third one. For some reason, I think it had a couple extra pages. I don't know. But I had to be really careful on that one because that one was thicker, so I had to go really slow so I didn't break my needle. But here's the back of the sewn, stitched page in this signature. And let's see, where were we? I think I lost my place. Hold on, we were past this. Yeah, we just did this one. And here's the back half of the paper bag. And I was showing you the button too. I did show you that. Okay, so here's the paper bag. I didn't cut it off because I thought it was neat. First of all, I love this paper bag. I got this with something I purchased at a antique mall. And so I've been kind of holding on to it, but I decided I needed to use it. So I didn't want to cut it off, so I just folded it over like that. And in here, I have some originals that I've copied and made, into ephemera from my journals, because they're, I only have one of them, but they're so cool. I want to share them. So this is one of them that I made a copy of, and I coffee dyed it on the back. It's an old, it's like an invoice, from a window company. So look how the colors came out on that. So pretty. And then this was a blueprint from, I have the original, only one like this. I think I only had one, but I made some copies, and it's also coffee dyed on the back. You do whatever you want with these, write on them and then put them back in there. But this was from the papers that my son brought me home from. He found some old, like, electrical thing. This is an electrical grid, I think. Some type of electrical diagram. It says General Electric looks like it says compensation there. But anyway, it's electrical diagram. And he had brought this blueprint home, and he had brought those papers in to me from a crawl space from work, where he found it in a crawl space, and he brought them to me like, Mom, can you use these? And I was like, oh my goodness, yes, look at that blueprint. That is so cool. So yeah, I made some copies so I could share it. So, sorry I can't give you the original on that one, but I probably never will ever get a chance to own unless I found one online to purchase. That one I got free, so why not use it? You know, this is another piece from that. This was a quotation sheet from that same electrical packet that my son brought me. It has all the writing, the original writing. This is the copy. It's coffee dyed to me, and you know, I love how the colors came out on here. Look at the pink. And maybe that's from the blue ink. I don't know what it's from, but it just came out really cool. I copied, you know, color copied it. Has all the prices and the little electrical, you know, materials there, and just really, really cool. I think it says, it looks like 1942 possibly. So old. This is an actual original receipt from a local grocery store here in my town, 1951. This is an original old. See that's the whatchamacallit carbon copy on the back, where it was, you know, you had the original and a carbon copy when you wrote on here. So that's an original, but really cool. And that's behind this belly band that I made from some of the seam binding here. Well, let me see. I don't want it, this is a little bit delicate, this receipt. I want to be careful with that. It, you know, 1951, and it's, you can see how naturally aged. That's naturally aged. I didn't do anything to that, but that's naturally aged. So here's these are postage stamps that are on cardstock, so it's nice and sturdy there, and it's sewn onto this right here, the seam binding yellow. It's the same as this. So I put that on that page. And we're at the back here of the second signature, so third signature. And so here in this signature, I put some envelopes, and so I put a double envelope. I put the flaps together and then made them into a page, and decorated this piece right here with this beautiful page from the digital kit. Here's another little cluster from the digital kit, and in here I've got a, let's see, is there more than one thing? I think there's just one this is a paper lined piece from the digital kit, and then right here, this is cardstock. This is from the digital kit, lined here, and then this is a tuck spot made on cardstock and sewn on from the digital kit. Sorry, I'm saying that a lot, but just needed to say it there. Sorry. Anyway, page from pretty page, coffee dyed note paper. Another beautiful page. Lots of writing room, or this could be a frame. You can use these flowers as a frame for a picture. Coffee dyed paper, notes, different variety of sizes. Oh, did we, is this the first? Yeah, we didn't get to. So this is the stitched page on this signature. You can see I used the swirly one again, but it has a little bow looking thing on there. The decoration on it is a little bow. Isn't that pretty? I love experimenting with my stitches, so look how pretty it is on this side. That's just gorgeous. I love it. Love it. Pretty pages. I've got on here this paper clip and envelope with a journaling card inside. That's on card. Oh, I got two things in here. Journaling card on cardstock, and this is also on cardstock. You know, you can use these pieces to write on or decorate the journal. And this is on bond. This envelope was printed on bond, so it's not. It's a little. It's, you know, a little sturdier and thicker than copy paper. So note paper there. We've got the center here. Look at this. This is probably my favorite page with all of this bunch of flowers, and they all have a date. Is that a date or a word by them? It's so small I can't see. But anyway, super pretty. Got the rickrack sewn on the two purple buttons. So cute. And then as we go into the back half of the last or third signature, here is the tab in this signature with the button. Got some nice lines here. Pretty birds in here too. Here's that sewn on page, the stitching. Super pretty on both sides. I love it. It's pretty on both sides. Here's the tag that's sewn on in this signature, and these are just two tags I had made. This one's from a flashcard, decorated flashcards. They've been through many adventures. This was cut from This was cut from a book or maybe a children's. Some of these images are from my children's dictionary. That little girl is, I believe. And that's a postage stamp behind her. It was from a postage stamp book, so it's not an actual postage stamp. I did some rubber stamping on there. And then this was from the old Prevention magazine. This was the back cover that I cut out, put it on. This is copy dyed paper, layered on there and sewn around. I got rubber stamp on there and a layering of flowers there. Just love the colors on that though. And then as we finish up, let's see. Now this is a tag that I made. I was using up the rest of this drapery fabric, and I had this piece left, and I said I must use this. I don't want to have to put this away, even though it's beautiful. I don't need to keep it. So I made a tag. I've never made a fabric tag before, so I thought, why, you know, you think of a fabric flip or something like that, and I thought, well, why don't I just make a tag? So I did. I just glued it on this file folder piece. I did age around, but the actual fabric is pinking sheared cut around. So that's why I did the little pinking sheared cut here. And then I got a pretty glittery brown ribbon there. And that was just paper clipped right there because it's so beautiful. I wanted to kind of highlight it and not hide it in a pocket or anything. Here's the back half of the envelope with another little cluster here. And there's a cardstock postcard from the kit here in the envelope as a journaling card. Pretty here. Spritz trimmed here with tickets from the kit. Back page, and that is the journal. So super fun. I had super fun making that this week, or however long I've been working on it. Let's see. I'm kind of doing this like this. The forward tie on both of them, and then the forward, kind of like backward, but forward for the back. And then just tying it. Pull it a little tight if you get this journal. Pull it a little tight because this one is, you can see it's shorter than this one. That's just the size I had of this seam binding. And then I just tie it here on the side. And this one's short, like I said, so just a little bow. And then you've got your journal closed for the night after you're done journaling, and there you go. And this is the ephemera folder. I made it this morning on my live with Maria. We had our live at 8 to 9 this morning. I've got a little yellow binder clip holding it closed. This is a layering of purple calendar. The calendar had purple flowers. The calendar I used. I intended on just using that, but I didn't like the way it looked. It was a little shiny, and the glue was doing weird things. As far as the lines were showing, you know, it wasn't lumpy or anything, but I could see the glue lines because I just did like streaks like that to glue it down, and I didn't like that at all. So then I covered it up with Tim Holtz tissue paper, and that I received from Maria in Happy Mail, and it turned out, I love that I've never used Tim Holtz tissue paper before, and it just glued down so nicely on top of that glossy calendar page, and you can see the purple flowers under here. You can see the purple, definitely. You can see some green, so you kind of see purple and green, but if you look closely, you can see the flowers too, which I think is really neat. And then I put 2 pieces from the kit here, layered those on the front as a little, you know, centerpiece there to decorate the front. And this is made from 2 envelopes. So I decorated the inside, and in here there is several pieces in each side. This is a piece from the kit, like a journaling card. This is an actual card, like an old card. Okay. And then on this side, I have, let's see, there's a postcard and a tag. Well, this is a tag in a pocket, so you can use this in the journal if you want, or whatever you want to do. But right now, it's just here for somebody to have fun with. It's a pretty tag, though. Let's see, everything's been distressed here. The tag anyway, and the postcard. And then here's 2 envelopes. This is the rest of the calendar page. You can see what it looks like now. See, it was so pretty. I wanted to use it, but it was just that glue showing through. I couldn't handle that. See, here's the calendar. And then here I've got several pieces. This is a journaling card, and then pieces that were left from the kit that you can use to decorate the journal. or however you wish. And then in this envelope, let's see, we've got a journaling card. So those are both just made from the rest of the calendar page that I was trying to use up. Why not use it up, right, if you can. Trying to reduce my stash. We're all trying to do that this year, it seems. These are wallpaper butterflies here. These are from the kit. And this was just some scrapbook paper there that I had that was purple. And I've got lots of stuff in here. I don't know if I'll take it all out, but I'll take out some of it. Let's see, I'll tell you what's left in here so I don't have to take it all out. Several die cuts. There's different color, or different sizes of flowers and doily, like little doily punch outs, and flowers and butterflies in there. And this is a piece from my yearbook, another piece from that yearbook that I cut apart, so it looks like a Tim Holtz kind of what do they call it, a photo booth pictures. Tim Holtz has those, or used to have them. I don't know if he still has them, but anyway, it looks like that. That's why I cut it out like that. Got some yellow tickets in here, some stickers, flash card. This is a vintage flash card, and a playing card, one of my pink die guest checks, some little like labels, scrapbook paper that's just scrap. This is a vintage receipt. It's folded. I think this one's folded, yeah. And then vintage Rolodex card, a pretty napkin. Here's a piece from the kit there. A pretty napkin, a piece from the kit. These are some, I have a scrap pack of cardstock that I had bought a long time ago, so I'm trying to, use some of those pieces. So I just put some in here to match the journal, greens and purples. So I thought that would be fun for somebody to have some fun with. And, oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, and that's all in this bag. And this bag I made from a bag. I had somebody else brought this bag to work, and I saw it, and I was like, that is the coolest bag. I think they got it from Barnes & Noble. And so, but it was big, it was a big bag, and it was too big to, use in my journals, so I cut it up. This was a while ago. I mean, I've had this for a while in my stash, and I haven't used it. I got all those die cuts in there. I'm going to have to get that back in there in a minute, but, yeah, I had it, and I hadn't used it because I don't have any more, and I thought, I mean, here's this side with all the words. Isn't that cool? And then this side has a whale tail on it. So anyway, I just thought it was really cool. So I made little bags out of it. And I think I only have this, I had this one and one more left, I think. So I said, I just need to go ahead and part with it. So that's going to be in there with this binder clip, fastening this together, holding this closure, for this closure. And I'll get those back in there in a minute. There's all the die cuts are in there, so I can't get them back in there right now on video. But I hope y'all enjoyed that little flip through and all my new little things that I've tried in this journal. And I'd like to try something new in every journal if I can. So I enjoy making it. It will be in my shop by the time this video is posted. So thanks for watching, and happy crafting. Have a great weekend. See you next time.